Okay, John, Izzy, Sammy, Tarryn, congratulations. Maybe we can start with Sam first. Finally ticked off that premiership win. How do you feel?
It's taken me a little moment to figure out how I'm feeling, but I think for me the whole week has been awesome. It's been such an experience. I've definitely, I think, made an effort to slow down and enjoy everything, but I think all the players have really taken the whole week in, which I think has made it enjoyable for everyone. So just stoked to be a part of it. Yeah, it's been good.
John, how are you feeling? Never in doubt?
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah. Look, obviously the first half we were brilliant in everything. Like, we worked really hard. We spoke about completing our sets, putting good kick in at the end of the sets. Yeah, good kick chase. Obviously, Emma Tonegato's electric on her feet, so really good connected straight line. Defended that, it went really well, and then looking for when they cracked to take advantage of that, which the girls did in the first half. So yeah, really happy at half time. And then yeah, in the second half, we just put ourselves under pressure a little bit. A couple of push passes where we didn't need to. Yeah, unforced errors, sort of, you know, in the play of the ball in our own end. So that's, yeah. Look, Cronulla are an awesome side. Like, they've put a lot of points on a lot of teams this year. If you let them have their set starts in your half, you're asking for trouble. The first half we didn't allow that. Second half we invited them in, and you know, Tiana Penatani scored a couple, and you know, Ellie there next to the post, like Georgia Hanaway as well. Like, they've just got strike everywhere, you know, and they've recruited really well this year, especially in the sevens area. They recruited really well with those girls, so we knew that they had a lot of strike, a lot of talent. So, but really happy with these girls. It was getting close there, and you know, they had all the momentum, the Sharks, in the second half, but just really impressed with these girls staying calm the whole time. You know, and then yeah, defending it, and obviously holding on in the end. So yeah, very happy.
Isabelle, what were you saying when the Sharks were coming back to you? Obviously, you could sort of see that your defence was did sort of seem to regroup there like late in the game when it needed to, but they were coming for you. What was the talk out there?
I don't know if you want me to repeat that. No, it was just to stay, I think, a little bit calm as well. We know that defensively we can be a lot better, and we were letting them stand up a lot and not putting them on their backs where they were getting really quick play the ball. So I just said that we need to dig deep here. This is on the line, basically. If we want this grand final and want to take it back home to the Sydney Roosters, then we need to dig deep, and I think that's exactly what we did. We didn't give up.
John, you made the SOS call to Sammy earlier in the season. Why was she the girl that you wanted to bring back? Why was she the girl for you, and how special is it to send her out as a winner?
Besides my good looks, John.
Yeah, okay, we're going to
focus on
that
skill.
Yeah, look, I had the pleasure of coaching Sammy in the 22 season, and then she had a brilliant year, got fullback of the year, Dalian fullback of the year, made the World Cup squad, went over and won a World Cup for Australia, for the Jillaroos over in England, and then that was it. She you know, hung the boots up, and obviously, you know, had another child, so she had retired. I don't know if that's probably the third or fourth time she'd retired then, but she'd retired. But yeah, with Corbs going out in our trial match a week before round one, yeah, I was sort of looking around at who could be someone that could come in. We had got some young players that could have stepped up and possibly moved people around. But yeah, Sammy was someone, and my wife, who's a bit of an expert on rugby league, she texted me how we, all the way through that game. So I usually put my phone down, but she was adamant as well. I haven't actually told Sammy this, but she said, you need to get Sammy Bremner back, and you need to give her a call. Sammy doesn't actually know that until now, but yeah. But for me, it was no question. I know what Sammy's like, and when I spoke to her, I knew she'd been training. Anyway, she's a very fit person who likes to be active. So to bring her in that regard, it wasn't an issue. It was more just to get her connected with the new group of girls. So we didn't put her in round one. Didn't want to put that pressure on her, but round two, thought she was ready to go. And I feel like she's gotten better and better in every game, and especially that try she set up for Bridie Parker on the sweep, and then squaring up and drawing in the winger and setting up Bridie Parker was things that she's been working really hard at. We know she's fast, we know she can score tries, but to set that up, that was what was special to me. And I just said in the sheds there, with Sammy's done everything in the game. She's one of the original pioneers who've driven the NRLW, or the female space, to a long way. And I just think someone who's done so much, it's really fitting that she goes out with a ring, premiership ring. She's achieved that. So, and now she's taken on this awesome role, full-time role with the Dragons next year, and I just wish her all the best. And the fact that these girls are now coming out of playing and getting full-time roles in the game, that's what makes me really excited. So yeah, just really happy for her.
Sammy, John said that your fitness was already quite good coming back in, which is good. But I wanted to ask a bit about the side of kind of getting used to being just absolutely smashed and tackled every week, in terms of kind of the mental side. Was that how was that for you coming back?
Yeah, I think when I speak about this, it's probably surprising for people to get their heads around that, the physical part. For me, every individual is very different, but for me, I was confident in the physicality of returning to rugby league. But for me, it was the mental load and the mentality of coming back to an elite level, and I had to sort of try to flick a switch pretty quickly from not putting pressure on myself and not really putting myself in an elite arena to doing that overnight. And I was really challenged by that. I backed myself physically, but I think what really helped me progress over the few weeks that we played was just the girls around me really instilling belief and confidence in me, because I didn't run literally for 12 months, 9 months being pregnant, 3 months trying to recover. I didn't touch a football really for 18 months. And so there was a real lack of confidence in terms of rugby league, not in terms of contact or fitness. But I really honestly think if I was to put myself into any other team, I wouldn't have been able to play with any confidence. It's because of the specific individuals in our team and the coach, of course, that I was able to get confidence within a few weeks that I really in previous season had worked for 6-7 years to instill that confidence in myself. So I think that's just a lesson to other players and stuff, is it's so important to be involved in a team with the right coach for you and the right players for you, because it can do wonders. The fact that I was able to come back and play rugby league is not about me and what I'm capable of. It is about me fitting into the mould at the Sydney Roosters and the people around me, what they were able to bring out in me and hopefully what I was able to bring out in them. So I appreciate all the questions about me returning and stuff like that, but it's an absolute credit to the Sydney Roosters what they were able to do for me in such a short term, and especially Stange being able to instill that confidence in me from not playing football, or literally not touching a football for 18 months.
Sam, is there any part of you that's got that itch that wants to go around again once more?
I knew you were going to ask that. The reason why I'm not playing football is not because I don't like it. It's not because I don't feel capable. It's because when I decide to do something, I put absolutely everything I can into it. And when you do that, something has to give. In the last few months this season, it's meant that something has to give is the time with my children. And I have played football for 14 years, and as much as I love it so much, it deserves so much time being put into it. That's what it takes to win premierships, and I understand that. And I'm not willing to do that anymore because of what it takes away from my children. So love that I've been able to come back in, and if Stange wants me to come in with no preseason and just play 4 weeks next year, I won't say no, but yeah, it obviously takes a lot more, and these girls put absolutely everything into representing this jersey and playing rugby league. And you see them win the Karen Murphy medal and run 300 metres, but you don't see what they do day in, day out. Tarryn watching footy over and over again and picking apart teams, and Izzy absolutely going as hard as she can to return to the football arena when she's suffered an injury, and the mental load that takes. We all see what happens on the football field, but in terms of what it takes to be an elite athlete all year round, even though it is a part-time gig, as sad as it makes me to say, I'm just not willing to do what these girls do anymore because it sacrifices my family. But I'm a massive cheerleader of these guys because they absolutely have earned this premiership, because this has been an all year round thing, season after season, and they've really reaped the rewards now.
Sam, what's it mean to win the Karen Murphy medal? And I'm assuming Karen's someone you've had a bit to do with.
Yeah, it's really special, especially an award named after Murph. I've got a really good relationship with Murph. So to win an award after her is really special, but I think today nothing's more special than winning the premiership with my team. It's something we've worked really hard for. So that's...
She does want to name it the Tarryn Murphy medal though, if that's okay.
Don't worry.
Sam, you've had a long and distinguished career. You finally got that premiership ring. Does this rank on top of all your achievements that you've had throughout your career?
The ring is awesome and the trophy's great, but it's been the season itself and particularly this week. The week itself has gone straight to the top. I think this club, the players, the coaching staff have been so accommodating and flexible around my circumstances with my family that in itself has gone to the top. I love the ring. I love that we won. It's just that we won is like the cherry on top.
What about you, Izzy? Like, how proud are you of this team, and just, especially just considering the game, like to go 24-0 up at halftime and then to hold on like that towards the end? Like, how proud does that make you?
So proud. I think coming in this year, especially in pre-season, we really set a goal to have that grit and determination to make sure that we were the best that we could be, and we obviously fell short the last 2 years, so we had that hunger and we had that drive that we really wanted to hold that premiership. But yeah, I'm unbelievably proud. I think we had a lot of girls that probably have never played big games in this arena before, but they really stood up and did their job. And personally, I think everyone across the park did their role, executed it so well, and I think that's what made me the most proud. But I knew that it was, when we were getting scored on quite a bit, it was quite tough and a little bit mentally sometimes that it can affect people. But I think the proudest moment for me was seeing those girls stand up and then making sure that we got that win.
What about your battle with Vanessa Biddle out there? That was super exciting. She's a young and up-and-coming star. Like, what's it like to kind of go head-to-head?
Who do you think
with
won
like
that battle, Pam?
Well, someone's got a ring. Someone doesn't. But we love that. What's it like?
100%. I think she's a really exciting young new player. I don't know her personally, but I think she's someone that could probably play in the forwards, to be honest. She's very, very strong. So I think her and Tiana were great for them this year, and not just them two, but their whole team. Obviously, they wouldn't be here without the teamwork of every single person. So I think they've gone leaps and bounds this year, and I think they're going to be even better next year.
Strange. What about? Oh, sorry. I was going to say, Jocelyn's kicking today. Like those first 3 errors, the first 3 tries came from those errors from her kicks. Like, just what's your reflection of her season? Because it seems like today was her best game.
Oh yeah, she's had a great year. Spoke to her before the game about starting the season off. When I spoke to her in the pre-season, she's going to be as our number 14. Very versatile. She's a great half, 5'8", a lock hooker. She's actually played everywhere for us, but they're at main positions that she excels in. So the fact that she'd worked her way in and gave me no choice but to start her midway through this campaign is a testament to her character. She worked really hard to sort of say, okay, sweet, you're going to start me on the bench, but I'm going to fight my way into the starting spot. So after doing that, then she's just gone leaps and bounds, to goal kicking as well. That's a real mental thing. The fact that she missed that goal in round 1 against the Knights to level it, and then regrouped, went back out the next day practicing and goal kicking to make sure that she gave herself the confidence to kick, and even today, like, it wasn't like to go up when we were 6, when we got that penalty in the second half, we're up by 6. Yeah, it was right next to the post, but that's a big kick. Like, that's probably an easier kick if it's from the sideline, if I'm being honest, for a goal kicker. So for her to nail that, just release that pressure valve a little bit, was outstanding. And those bombs she's been executing like far out. I thought the Sharks did exceptionally well to catch the majority of them, to be honest. But yeah, there was just so many of them. It was an attack really, and that forced some errors and put us in good field position in the first half.
Is that always the plan to target Casey like that and then get those chases come through? Not
necessarily to target her, it was just to put them up, and then their back three, it's almost like, well, let's see what you do. Because it's not exactly she's targeting one person, like she's hitting the belly of the ball, she's hitting it, trying to get it sort of in the middle of the field, knowing that it's going to go a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, and she wasn't too concerned about that. It's just making them float with a little bit of spiral, so when they come down, they change angle towards the end. So it wasn't picking on one player in particular. It was just put it up and see how they go, the back three.
Izzy, at the Daliums, Olivia Koenig was speaking a bit about her and some of the other girls relocating from the Central Coast to Sydney. Do you think that's made like a bit of a difference this year, or what difference do you think that's made?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think we have a big core group that have come through the Central Coast system, which I'm really proud of, to come from the Central Coast. But yeah, it just helps a lot with obviously being more involved with the footy, being at training, doing the little extras that we can. And I think every little extra adds to winning a premiership. So yeah, I think it was great. There was a fair few of us that relocated, and I know that that's something that we're probably going to look at again for the future.
Two guys today, including the one that sealed it. How has she been able to develop into the player that she is today?
Sorry.
Is that for me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's. Yeah, I think she's outstanding. I'm so proud of her. The season that she's had, she's improved the game so much this year. Last couple of years, she's been very good. One of the best, players in the world. She's been in and around the Gillaroos, didn't play in the World Cup final, but was over there playing some games. In 22, and obviously been, a mainstay in the New South Wales side as World Origin. So, but this year she's gone to another level, and obviously I think that was a great reward for her. We know she's a smart player, she's a good ball player, but what she's done is she's really knuckled down and helped the team in every game, and in particular out there today, come out of yardage with strong carries. Carries that they're probably not the funnest. You play 2 carries where you're in a corner and you've got the opposition squeezed up and they're trying to whack you. She was standing up, as was obviously Izzy, like she's done all year. But yeah, she stood up and got the team out of trouble, and then obviously she got opportunities, a couple of opportunities, and took them, and scored those tries. So really proud of how hard she's worked, and really happy for her.
How do you guys celebrate now?
I don't know. You tell us, Sammy.
We might play some bingo. Have some deep conversations. No, I don't think there's any barriers, Pam, on how we're going to celebrate. But I guess it's just making the most of all being together. Izzy said it a few times this season that this group will never be the same again. And so just making the most of being in each other's company, celebrating what we did, not only today, but the entire season, the entire campaign. And, throughout the season, there's lots of pits and there's lots of peaks. And I think within those pits, sometimes it can feel like Groundhog Day. And when you're on a day like today, everything you do, no matter who you are and what your journey's been like, is worth it. So I think, celebrating each other, the premiership and those pits and peaks is exactly what we'll be doing. I was going to say the next 24 hours, but who knows? Could be more.
Bits and peaks. Tongue twister.
This year, NRL on 9 is your one-stop shop for all footy.
That's right, Freddie. Not about the highlights, action, 7 days a week.
Billy and Gus podcast, get that on your drive on the way home. Immortal Behaviour, grab a seat on the couch for that. And of course, my favourite, Freddie and the Aiken.
The best footy brains, the biggest games.
Don't trust the algorithm, subscribe to NRL on 9 and get all your entertainment there.